Well, what's going on, people? It's been a long day, long morning. I've been up. Started out, talking to my girl late last night till about 12 o'clock, and I was real tired. But I woke back up when it started storming last night, and I was pretty much up from 1 to about 4:30 when the rain started to slow down and stop. But while I was up, I was kind of like troubled in my spirit, so I started reading my Bible. I was reading Second Corinthians, and because I was studying that, so I'll just finish reading that. So I just read all through that, and I was reading some other things, reading my book. I'll post some more stuff about that, about the different things I'm learning and reading in that book that I talked about earlier. But I finally got to sleep, was able to go to sleep after the storm had stopped. I got a call, woke up at about 6:30 in the morning, telling me that I needed to go out to the church. That the flood waters and the rain uh, did a damage to the church. So I went out there thinking that I was going out there to clean up. For years it's been in real heavy rain. The basement of the church floods, and we have to go out there and clean it up after the rain water recedes. So I'm thinking I'm going out there to clean up some water. But as I travel, I see that the corner of the church is at 524 East Haines Street, Bethlehem Church of God Holiness. And as I'm traveling down the block the path I normally take down Belfield to go to church, I see that the block is all cut off, so I can't go down the block. So I'm like, man, there must be something bad going on. So I had to drive around the block, and I come down Musgrave, and I had to walk down from there. But as I walk up, I just see like mud all over the place, and all over, in the middle of the streets. And I'm walking, approaching the church, and I see the water line at the bridge. You probably will see some of the pics that I post up. But that's the bridge going towards down Musgrave towards Belfield and Haynes. So I'm going down towards coming down Musgrave and moving towards the church, and I see the water line. So I take a picture. I'm like, man, the water must have been real high at this point. So I come around the church, and again I see the water line it's pretty high on the building of the church. I'm like, man, this must be really bad. So I come around the other side of the building, and lo and behold, I see the devastation of the church wall collapsed in, and from the parking lot you can see the pulpit, and it was devastating. I actually started crying seeing the church in that that in that state. It was hard to look at. This is the church I grew up in, and seeing it at the state that it was pretty much done. It was pretty much total because of the water. And pretty much to describe what happened, looking for the pictures, you might be like, how did that happen? But where we're located, where the church is located, is at pretty much located at the bottom of a hill. And when the rain gets real heavy and it comes down real strong, the sewage drains underneath the ground. It can only hold but so much water. So when it comes down real fast and hard at one time, it has no choice but to back up in the basements of the people's homes that live in that area. There's one church at one end, our church, and across the street there's Praise Power and Deliverance Churches, which is a new pastor that's just moved into the church, Pastor Todd Dunbar. So where we're located, the waters have nowhere to place. So it's really not the rain that actually floods, but was the rain that floods, but it's the fact that it has nowhere to go. So it kind of just all uh, falls into everyone's basements and into everyone's homes that lives right there at the bottom of the hill. So the water overflowed the basements, and Also, water got into the top of the into the first floor of the sanctuary of the church, and you had 3 feet of water in the sanctuary, and then you have the flooded water in the basement as well. So the pressure of that caused the floor to raise and to buckle, and it pulled from away the wall. It pulled away from the wall of the church, and that pressure caused it to cave in. So it wasn't just this one time, but the combined uh, waterfalls that happened over the years that caused this. So it wasn't just because of that one occurrence, but it's a cumulative effect of all the flood waters that happened through the years, and the structural integrity of the building could only take for so much, and this was the breaking point. So it caused that damage. So right now we are without a church, and we're having a meeting with the ministers, deacons, and trustees tonight to see what we're going to do about where we're going to worship at, in the for the next few months, and then making a plan to what we're going to do from here on out. So right now I don't have any information on that, but that's how that happened. But it's not only the church that's affected, but again, like I said, it's the people that live in that community, the people that live in the homes across the street. They're devastated by that. Although it's only, you might think of it of just being a few homes, but to them it's big. That's all they have. They own their homes, and right now, with them being flooded out of their homes, there's nowhere to go. We tried calling the Red Cross, Salvation Army, council people, trying to find a place for these people to go. But luckily, thank God that they're blessed to have family that's able to take them in at this time. So we're praising God that they have a place to go. But some people I know that may be in similar situations don't have places to go. So we're praying for those people that may be devastated by the rainfall that happened last night. But thank God that our neighbors have somewhere to go. So we're going to continue to keep them in our prayers. A lot of people lost a lot last night because of the rain waters, but we're asking for you as well to pray with us and pray for these people, that the Lord will restore to them and continue to bring them back to where they once were, even better. Praying that the Lord can do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or even think. So we know that we serve a great God and is able to do great things. So we are going to stay in prayer about that. Pray for the church, not just Bethlehem Church of God Holiness, but the